How deep is your love? How deep is your love? I really need to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking it down. I don't. Hurry on, myself now. I don't know the words.
Anyway, that's a warm-up.
I do love this song, but I don't know the words properly.
Sung by the Bee Gees.
I know it's the Bee Gees, but
where are they from?
Redcliffe.
Yeah,
it's a hole.
Yeah, they might have done better than the Dolphins.
The actual,
Yeah.
bees.
Yeah.
Those that are left.
I love Redcliff. I used to go fishing there all the time. It was a fucking great fishing spot.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, I never caught fish, but
Yeah,
I heard there's a lot of fish there.
There's people always fishing on that bridge. But
There's a lot of fish there apparently, but not in my boat. My boat was fish free. It was a free fishing tour.
Actually, your boat has always been fish free.
I never charged anyone because I never caught shit.
Corey Oates' boat, fish free since 2003.
We named our fishing show Drowning Bait because we couldn't catch anything.
Exactly, that's all you
Me and Sammy have always wanted to have our own fishing show, Drowning Bait.
It's going to happen. Drown and bait with a mate.
Yeah, Drowning Bait with a mate.
Yeah.
Because we can't catch shit. We'll just drown the bait again.
Yeah.
what are the highlights of the show? Just you two just standing
Can
there.
I just say that we are really coming a long way. It's taken, how many weeks have we been doing the show for? I've forgotten.
6 or 7?
Corey finally brought a coffee. So,
thank
round
you.
of applause.
Fuck
That's it.
bullshit. Hey,
Yeah.
that's the third one I bought.
Well done.
mate. Thank
How
you.
about the person that asked us to be here early and rocks up late?
Oh, that's true, actually, too.
was me.
There's a
I'd have
fine
cancelled a
bloke.
doctor's appointment to be
And then
here.
you wore a shirt with holes in it,
I
too.
know.
Yeah.
I've had it's moth
Mate,
bitten
you've
or
been
something.
doing radio for 30 years. You can't be that broke.
And I've known you for a long time now. For you to have got me a latte.
Yeah.
I always thought you
I
had a
think your
latte.
comment was, I got you a girl's coffee, a latte.
So-
And you,
Mate, I don't say that, mate.
you did.
So you can't say that.
No,
Well,
but
you're the
you
one
said
that
I
that.
didn't say that.
You did.
I never said that.
Yep, you said
You
it.
can't say that, though.
I can.
All right. Should we talk
You don't
about
know what I...
No, I do know
It's
you have a
2026,
cappuccino now.
mate.
I don't know why I thought you had a latte.
No, cappuccino.
You a strawberry daiquiri dude too?
froth. No, I don't.
Okay.
Actually, if I'm on holiday, on holidays,
see?
I will nail a daiquiri.
You may as well have lattes.
Aren't you drinking daiquiris on that cruise ad? I'm sure you are.
Nah, mate, that was for the kids. And
No,
that
it wasn't.
It was
Come on.
non-alcoholic.
I love a strawberry daiquiri on the third morning of a big long weekend.
100%.
Yeah, they are the best.
There it is.
They are a good start. What do you mean? It's third day. Your third minute when you're there.
Yeah.
Just a daiquiri thing.
First up, well, it's an icebreaker as well, just to smooth your way into whatever you're doing. Now, let's talk about the.
What are we talking about? Are we here about footy?
We are a rugby league show.
Oh,
we
are.
should talk about
We
it.
should talk about
talk about
daiquiris
the games,
after.
the games that were.
Love a scotch.
So the Dolphins, I think, were pretty awful.
Were they?
Yeah.
What gave that away?
What was the final score?
Oh,
was it
52
1,000?
to
Yeah.
18 or something?
Yeah.
They never looked like it.
Nah, they
Well, that
scored
rules
three,
Dolphins out.
Three
There's
tries late.
a few teams ruled out on the weekend
Well, I
for
don't
winning
know.
the comp.
I think Munster did an interview after, and he said, "Mate, like stats and things are there for you to break." So, and I still think the Storm are a chance opportunity. So the stat tells us at the end of the day that if you get 50 points put on you throughout a season, you can't go on to win the grand final. So yeah.
Dolphins are done.
Dolphins are done, and Storm got 50 put on them as well.
Well, the other stat was when a coach gets sacked, the team usually flogs the next team. And
Actually, we should have listened to you.
That was true.
You
so
were right. You were
Yeah.
right.
let's hope for Munster's sake that the stats don't. It's not
It's
legit.
not true.
You
Yeah,
called
it's
it
just
the bounce back, didn't you?
Yeah, it's. Well, I swear it's a ridiculous stat. I'd love to get the actual stats.
That was
I
more-
could be way wrong, but
I mean, I think you're right on that stat, but no one expected it to be that many points. Like, you think that they're going to bounce back and have a good game, but they just flogged the Dolphins. Like, they just...
they looked good. They
Yes.
looked how we all thought they would have looked this
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
To be
Yeah.
honest, like I'm interested to see how they go now.
Yeah, manly. Yeah.
I really am. Like, yeah, they always had a good team, just never clicked, and for some reason they clicked. on the weekend.
Turbo's back. He feels like he's back
He's looked
to
good though the last
full
4
strength.
weeks. It's
Yeah.
their halves that have really struggled.
Yeah.
But now they've shone. Like that week they shone. So hopefully they can keep it going. It'd be good to see them.
I did see an interview on James Graham's podcast with Jamal Fogarty.
Oh, yeah.
And he said even when he went to Canberra Raiders, it took him a couple of seasons to find his groove down there. And we all know how well he went there at the Canberra Raiders once he did find
Yeah,
his
but
groove.
Jamal, he can't like really have a few more seasons to just warm up. He hasn't got many left.
I know, but like in
Yeah.
saying that on the weekend in that game against,
Yeah, they look
it was
good.
just it went back to simplicity, and a lot of the comments coming out of Manly were they just wanted to compete, and it's like rugby league's a really really simple game. That's why I played it. You don't have to think too much,
No.
and then when you overcomplicate it is when things
Wayne asked me to
become
think.
overcomplicated.
I think Wayne asked me to think in one game, and then after it, he goes,
Never
"I
think.
know what I did wrong."
Yeah.
And I said, "I do too." Like,
Yeah. Don't think.
It hurt.
it was a silly one.
I've got a headache.
It's just not well. It's not good.
Now,
But no, honestly, you know what they look like?
Manly.
Manly 5 years ago.
Yeah.
That game
Yeah.
looked like they just out the back sweeping.
They
and
looked
just
like the Stewart brothers were still
had
there,
time to
Chalky
do-
Watmo
just-
and all those guys.
just
yeah.
had time. So interested to see how they go now for the next 6 weeks.
You both picked the Bunnies. I think I'm the only one that went Bulldogs.
Yep.
I was thinking
Mate,
they were going to bounce.
Hey,
back.
It
look,
was the Easter long weekend, mate. You
Yeah.
should have picked the Bunnies.
Yeah,
Easter
Bunnies,
break.
mate.
Right. You're right.
Yeah.
Second half, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was getting angry at half time, and then I got caught doing something, and then I looked at the full time score, and I went, "Oh, wow, what happened?
Yeah.
Like, what actually happened
a
in the second
blowout.
half? Because I missed the second half. What
Yeah.
did someone take control?
Stephen Crichton went down for the Dogs. AC injury. They kind of did the old kerfuffle again, move people around.
Just didn't work.
I did hear Guskell try to explain it on
Yeah,
100% footy. Which was, a pretty good explanation. They expected him to come back because they were going.
I didn't.
They were going to needle him up and then try and get him back out.
we've
there.
had ACs. You have AC?
Nah.
I have.
What is
Yeah.
that?
It's one of the most painful things ever.
So
Like you
that's a joint there where your kind of shoulder and your collarbone, all things kind of connected.
You know how I've showed you my
right,
thing how it
okay.
moves?
Yeah.
That's what that is, and that's meant to be
Right.
down.
Yeah.
But when
okay.
you tear it, and I'm pretty sure he's torn it completely, it just rises straight away.
Yeah.
Right.
The
But some
physios
people
wanna-
are tough though, Kip, and they can just. Like,
Well, no,
go
I
back
don't.
out
I
there
don't
and
remember
just play
many
through it.
people.
Can
I
they?
don't think I
Yeah.
remember many
Not
people that have
everyone.
tore it and played on.
Right.
Oh, Ben Hennett.
Tore it?
Yep.
Yeah, he's different. Anyway,
Yeah.
next game, Melbourne Storm and Panthers.
Ben was just
Wow.
avoiding going home to his kids. I think he would do anything.
What do you mean? He would
do
have
anything
20.
to play on.
He'd have 20 if he could.
He would.
Actually, he would.
The Panthers.
They
I mean,
look terrible.
they're unstoppable. I can't imagine. It's hard to pick a team that can beat them this year at the way they're going.
I seen Tab put out an odds thing recently, and it's when are they going to lose?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
Yeah.
game?
Yeah.
It's paying $10 for the Knights. I'm thinking about it.
The Knights.
Yeah, I like the Knights. And if the boys are back,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but
Because
I'm taking the $10, all right?
But I'm just saying, if the boys are back, I
It's good value.
look at the Warriors and how well the Warriors went those first few games, and then Metcalf came back and they haven't won
I
since.
know. I don't like
True.
that.
So,
True.
I know. I don't think they would have trained together much though. Those two, because
No.
they're both halves.
yeah.
So I think that's the thing.
Are they that good, or were the Storm off? Because for them to
Both.
have beaten the Storm,
I'm
by
gonna
that
go
much.
both.
Yeah.
Yeah, both. They. Oh, no.
Oh,
Well,
nah, they
no.
were
They
that
completed
good.
at
They were-
92%.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
no, they weren't off. Actually,
They weren't off, were they? And
No.
they did everything they could
No.
have done, and they still got pumped.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not going to dissect that game.
Okay.
You
Yeah,
can.
too
It's
hard.
scary. It's scary.
Yeah, no, they were.
They are too good.
They are fit. They are everything they're doing at the moment is working for them. They played a real shift to shift kind of game against Melbourne Storm, and I know that we've done it previously in the past at the Broncos playing against them, and it really moves their defence around.
But if you don't score, it's so tiring.
Yeah, it is tiring for the attacking team, but because Melbourne, they love a set line.
Yeah.
They love you to. They want you to go through the middle of the field because
Yeah.
they can
Yeah.
wrestle your heads off.
Yeah.
But yeah, I kind of saw Penrith a bit of shift to shift. So going from one side of the field, coming back the other, maybe going back to again, and they were just finding gaps and moving some of their big boys around. And again, the game's already faster with the 60 goes. It was a really, really smart game plan, and that's why I think Ivan Cleary is probably one of the greatest coaches for that. Like the ability to know and understand the rules to tiptoe the line. You can see them nearly every kick chase they're giving away a 6 to go, a 6 again on the first tackle, so they've got a set line. The way they can watch a team and figure out how to play against them. I think even sometimes too defensively, I'll watch them and they show up for one another, which is brilliant. But they're
They're cheating.
not they're cheating.
No, but it's called cheat. It's called cheating when you train. Like
Yeah.
it's a like a little cheat just here and there, and you're not
So what is
really
it?
breaking the rule
It's
kind of
maybe
thing,
going
but
a
you
step
just.
early or moving up marker
Yeah.
before you have to. And like
Right.
if you're not getting pulled up on it.
But if everyone moves
Yeah.
together,
Yeah.
that was the key. If you don't get it together,
yeah.
then the penalties come.
Right.
The
'cause
whole
you see
team
one guy
moves.
come out, but if everyone goes,
The whole team moves at half a
Yeah.
second,
Yeah.
less than half a second early.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. But the one thing I noticed, and this is where I remember when we were, that Bronx team when I was in, 15, 16, 17, where I felt like, we probably should have won one or two those years, was no one stopped. There was two last tackle plays, I'm almost certain,
Right.
where Cleary didn't get the kick off, and they're passing out their, ring holes,
Right.
but everyone.
What do you keep on looking at Bruce for?
Everyone's
you always do it.
Everyone's moving. Like everyone, I don't know because he's standing there, but everyone's moving. Like that, every player is moving so they can get something out of the
Yeah.
last tackle, and they end up scoring.
Yeah.
Twice, I think it happened, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Like there's props swinging around the back of a centre
Yeah.
to get a drop play and hit the wing, and then the wing is kicking it back in, and then there's a prop chasing through the middle. Like
Yeah.
they
don't
aren't
stop moving.
stopping.
Don't stop moving. And it's funny if like any kids out there that love their footy, that's the best tip you can get. So in attack and defense, don't stop moving. Never stop moving.
Cowboys strung a couple together now, beating the Dragons. If the Dragons have not won yet, have they?
No,
No, it's hard to really like. I love the Cowboys. I grew up in Townsville watching the Cowboys, but it's going to be even. Not that it's going to be easy for them this weekend. I still think we've got a really solid forward pack at the Bronx, but they've just they just beat the Titans.
Yeah.
The Storm were a great scalp for them, but again, the Storm haven't been great in second halves, and that's kind of where the Cowboys are probably maybe a little bit better. And to beat the Dragons the way they beat the Dragons, like the Dragons they're on struggle street at the moment. I'm just really unsure what they're going to do and how they're going to get out of this hole. They really like. I go back to round one in Vegas. Like they
played their game. I think I remember did we even talk about that?
Yeah.
Did they play their game?
Yeah.
In round one, and because they didn't win, it's just like, wow,
Yeah,
come
we're
on.
almost deflating, yeah.
Huh.
And lose by 1 point. So, yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
They've been chasing their tail ever since.
You see glimpses though, but yeah, it's like you're worried about when you get in that hole.
Yeah.
It's hard to get out.
Yeah.
It's so and you're chasing. It's almost like you need to stop chasing
You're trying too hard.
and just play footy, and just one will come.
Pretty predictable. Broncos taking down the Titans, but it was an expensive game for the Broncos. Oh my
jeez.
goodness!
Yeah,
So that's a was it a cheekbone for Reece Walsh?
eye socket cheekbone.
Yeah. So he's
Well, that's what happens when you put your head in front of a knee.
yeah, he put his head on the wrong side. Kids, put your
Head the other way.
other side. Exactly.
Right.
Like if he's running that way, don't chase him with your head.
Yeah.
Right.
That way.
Chase him with your shoulder.
Yes.
So you got to take your eye off them a bit.
No,
No, you don't.
No, if
have
you
to.
do that, you take your eye off him.
Yeah, you just keep your
Aren't
head
you
straight,
following?
really.
Yeah. Okay.
Nah.
Head straight.
Straight and just follow. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is your head.
So
Yeah.
You don't
what
wanna
are we
get hit.
thinking? It's going to be 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, nah.
More?
He
It might be
hit
6
no.
weeks, yeah.
6.
I'm gonna say 6 to 8.
Because when I did mine, I could have been back 6 weeks later playing, but lucky enough, mine was in the off season, and
Wasn't really. Just didn't want to play.
yeah, that was it really. But I was back doing contact throughout preseason the following year. So
Yeah.
it was the second last game of the year. We were playing against England.
I'm gonna say because both.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 8. I reckon.
Yeah. He did actually. He wore that weird headgear the other year because he had a little a little fracture in it.
But it's eye socket.
Yeah.
I think that's the. Isn't that the? That's not. That's very. It's pretty dangerous. I think if you break that and then pop it again, isn't it?
It's all good. Play on.
Is it? Okay,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
Right.
Benny Hunt is going to be out for a bit. What's he done?
Apparently, it's a grade 3 MCL,
Yeah.
which isn't good.
Right. Grade 3 is higher number bad, worse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I thought it was the other way around too. Like grade 4 arthritis. I'm like, oh, that's good. No,
No. It's serious.
Yeah.
it's not good.
You're dead. I don't even know how you're walking.
Have you got grade 4 arthritis?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, in my knees.
You're such an old man.
Fuck.
You're the youngest
Yeah.
man here and you're falling apart.
Anyway, Benny Hunt. Look, I think I'm going to go 8 at least. It's just always bring in age.
Yeah.
And
He's pretty resilient. He bounces back pretty well.
He's
from
a tough
injury.
man, but like I've just noticed the last 5 years, he started getting those niggles now.
Right.
You know, he's starting to get a niggle here, niggle there. You know, he was very lucky early on in his career, Hunty. I think the only big one I remember was him when he tore his hammy off the bone. Was that against Roosters? Was that off the bone or was it close too?
Yeah,
He tore it bad.
hanging on by a thread.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that was the only one I remember from his early sort of first 10 years almost.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Really big
Yeah,
one.
he was always
And then
tough, yeah.
now I think there's been a few, so start creeping in.
And I thought Renault was gone, but he's been named at the moment.
He's
so
been
what's
named,
that about?
yeah.
It's just I think his sack was a bit sore, so I think he's just got a bit of ice on it. And
Ice the sack. What
Maybe
happened,
right.
what happened to his sack?
no, I think it's a groin. So
Right, okay. Just near the sack.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
which
the
is
area.
kind of
It's same area.
again. If it's
It all attaches.
I would much prefer him to rest.
Yeah,
up
100%.
and get it right because he's a kicker, he's a goal kicker, and like they're two really huge components of his game that help our team out so much. And if we take that out of what he's doing in the
Yeah.
game,
Well, we can't get
and then we, don't have Walshy giving us that left foot kick.
Yeah.
That he's so good at doing. So
So
like
who's going to kick Ezra?
I know. So we've so that's why we need
Bring that young kid in, Duffy,
yeah. So
against
there's
his old team.
there's Tom Duffy. The script is there for him to come back against the Cowboys. He debuted for them, I think 2025 round 1. Played a few games for him up there.
Yeah, but I think being there with Renault and Hunty.
You've also got Josh Rogers there as well.
Oh,
Goal
yeah,
kicker,
J-Rod.
and he's got
Sorry, mate.
Yeah, he's
I thought he left.
no, he's still there.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, there you go. But he's a good. You know he's going to do his job.
He
J-Rod.
does,
and he does it well.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
does a good job. Like
He's your half, and then I think Ezra then needs to kind of lift.
I think
his
Ezra
game with
steps
the
up when
running.
he plays.
Yeah, yeah.
I remember playing with J-Rod a few games, and he was actually one of their best players. I think the 2 times he played.
Yeah.
So he does a good job,
He's a
J-Rod.
big half too.
I did forget about the big fella.
Yeah, so
Sorry, buddy. Yeah, look, but it's that. What do you want to do? Because you got old mate coming next year.
Yeah, well, you got
Peasant.
Yeah. But even just going back to Duffy, he's a goal kicker as well.
And he's a big foot.
And he's a half.
Massive foot.
Yeah,
Huge
yeah.
foot. Good kicker.
So there's a great opportunity for those two guys to, Jay Rogers been there before and done it for the Bronx in the past. But then, Tom.
I reckon
Duffy
they'll
to get
start
his
Rog.
chance up
Was he named?
to- He's in the extended. I think
Renault was named at half.
Renault was named at half, and then I think he might even be 18, 19 is literally.
If Renault doesn't play, which I don't think he should because of the groin,
Yeah.
it's one that you don't want all year.
No.
I'd go J. Rod to start and Duffy to be there and just see how it all goes.
Let's talk about that more when we do the
Okay.
the preview games, tomorrow's podcast, because we'll just go through the Warriors. I think we all tipped the Warriors to beat the Sharks. Sharks were good. Sharks
they
looking
good?
good. Yeah.
I didn't see it. Were they good?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were.
Again, I was going off the Sharks have been playing better away from home, and that's why I kind of tipped the Warriors. And then I don't know. The Warriors, not that they're going bad, they just kind of, they were just unstoppable those first 3 games. So,
Yeah. It's weird. Wateni Zalesniak hasn't scored.
Say it 3 times fast.
Yeah, he hasn't really scored much this year.
scored
He
a
scores a double,
Yeah.
but the team lose. So it's weird when they start swinging that way. It seems like.
It'd be interesting. And that, like I said, those 2 halves. It'll be.
They need
I
a
hope
little
they
bit
click.
of time.
I really
Yeah.
hope they click.
I think
'cause-
and that's why it's good that they won those first few games.
yeah.
Because then they've had the opportunity for Metcalf and our little mate. Oh, buddy, had a mind blank now. Tanner Boyd.
Oh, yeah, Tanner.
Yeah, give them to a chance to find their combination.
Yes.
The Knights looking pretty good against the Dragons. I think I tipped the Dragons, but they were
Raiders.
Sorry, Raiders.
Dragons already played this week.
Yeah, thank you. Knights were good against the Raiders. They look good. Knights are going all right.
No, what did I say? They win 2 out of their 6. So, well, I hope that doesn't mean they're going to lose the next 4, but
Yeah.
they are looking. They're just playing.
Well, if
They're just playing footy and they're just competing. And those, the blokes that have filled in for Ponga and who's-
Brown.
Brown.
Yeah.
they're bloody just playing with just so much joy.
And the 2 Fletchers, the mullets.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
Yeah.
just on
Well-
fire, both of them.
When you got Fletcher there, like Sharp, he's good.
Yeah, he is.
He's very good. I think they forget about how much impact he can have.
Yeah, it feels like he's earned a spot in the halves when everyone comes back. He definitely
Has
needs
to.
be
He's
there.
got to be there.
Yeah. I look at what Wayne used to do back in the day. He used to break our season up into blocks.
Yeah.
And then he would have games that he expected us to win.
Yeah.
He'd have 50-50 games. And then he'd have games that were kind of, 70-30. Be great if we won those games. Like it was a Melbourne in Melbourne. If we win that game, that's awesome. That's so good.
It's one of the 50-50s that you win.
Yeah.
Right.
So and that's what he used to break down. I look at Newcastle Knights and what they've done, and like game one they play the Cowboys in Vegas. You never know what you're going to like. It's your first round. That's a 50-50 game. The Sea Eagles game, playing them at home, you would think, that's another kind of 50-50 game. Warriors again, 50-50 game. In all honesty, I wouldn't, going off form from last year, I wouldn't have expected them to beat the Dogs.
No.
And then even the Raiders on the weekend, like knowing that's still Newcastle home game, but the Raiders being mining premiers. So this is before any games are played. I would say there's 3 50-50 games in there and 2 that, if we can win, it's great, but like we're not expected to win. And they've absolutely blitzed it.
Yeah,
they're gone above and beyond where they should be at the moment.
they've set their season up.
Yeah.
His first 10 rounds, I remember Wayne said they're almost the most important.
Yeah.
Because then Origin comes in
You're chasing
a couple
your
weeks
tail through
later.
Origin period,
a few
yeah.
niggles start coming in, tired. But, bloody, they win a couple more before 10 rounds.
Yeah.
Wow, I think they're going to be the shock.
One of the players they lost at the end of the year, I guess they released him, was Kai Pearce-Paul, who's now playing for the Tigers, and he's
doing a great job.
Isn't it crazy how that works, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
He was
just-
sort of like a 20, 30-minute player or something for Newcastle. Now he's playing 80 minutes. He's scoring
He was
tries.
good, though,
He's busting lines.
There were games where he played for Newcastle. I was like, wow, this guy's incredible.
Yeah.
And then he'd just be on and off and on and off. And I'm like, what's happened? And I think you're seeing it now at Tigers. Like, he was always good. You could tell. Like, that's why they brought him over. Like,
Yeah.
bloody
We
good player.
all backed the Tigers on the Easter Monday game, so it was good.
That was,
Yeah. What a great game.
That was a
I
great
can't
Jock
believe
Madden.
he's picked him to come last.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
did.
but that was off not seeing anything.
Yeah.
And you just laughed at me when I said, I reckon they're a top 8 chance. And you just laughed.
Yeah, but you are an idiot.
He's got you.
Well, I
on that
got one out of
Corey.
2.
yeah.
Titans is, probably not doing as great as I thought. But
Yeah.
But how good was Monday football? I know it was the Easter weekend, but I'd like to see it back just weekend. Just every weekend.
Thursday,
Nah.
Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
Sunday, Monday.
You don't
five,
play it, though.
five
I
days.
want. I want 5 days of footy. That's what I want.
you don't
I
play
don't
it, though.
Is everything all right at home, mate? You okay or what?
It didn't work.
No, it
Monday
didn't work.
night didn't work.
Yeah.
Crowds are hard.
Yeah, crowds are hard.
And it was hard to get a good... Like, Thursday somehow worked. Monday just didn't work.
Yeah. I did forget a lot of the time when Monday games were on. I'd get pumped for it in the afternoon, and then come Monday night, I'd forget the game was on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did crowds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I said,
All right.
woo! And
Yeah.
then, who's here? Anyone? No crowd.
No.
So I think that was it. It just
But it was a
cost the
cracking
too
game,
much.
though. It was so good.
Great game. Great game.
Good comeback round for you blokes in the tipping too. So
I should be
be
even.
After round 5. You and I are even at 21, Sammy, and
Yeah.
and Oatsy's coming back with a 20. So you're right there.
I'll be leading after this week.
I had a terrible weekend, but
Yeah.
we'll get out all of our tips and everything in the the proper podcast, which we're doing out tomorrow.
I've got an idea for that too, just to mix things up, but we'll drop that in the proper podcast, so make sure you tune in.
Right. I
like it.
Yeah, something different for our tips.
Okay.
Hey, remember last week you stitched me up when we called the jersey winner? It was a fake person.
I didn't
I-
stitch.
I didn't know.
I was not involved in that.
I was getting the
That
shits
was
because I
all
couldn't
Bruce.
hear, so I had no idea.
Oh, you
Yeah.
didn't know I was. Yeah,
No.
I had no idea.
I was pouring out my heart, talking about divorces, all sorts of shit. But we actually have the actual jersey winner this week. So that is Jordan Ashfield of Ashfield or Jordan Ashfield?
Jordan Ashfield.
Jordan Ashfield.
Yeah.
So
Well done.
you got the Broncos jersey, and I hope your marriage is going great.
Yeah.
If you're married.
Well, he's got a partner. They've on their profile picture. They've both got Broncos jerseys on. So
Creep on people? It's a bit
yeah,
weird.
well, that's what I do.
Anyway,
And if you want a chance to win something very cool, like Jordan won the jersey, we've got heaps of giveaways. So make sure you follow the show and then take a photo, like a screenshot, as you followed us on the podcast, wherever you get your podcast, whether it's Apple or
Slide into our DM.
Yes.
wherever it is.
And you're going to win a meat tray this
Yes,
time.
yes, meat trays from Roadie Road Meats. So send us your that screenshot of you following our podcast.
How good's a meat tray?
Oh, I love a meat tray. When you win a meat tray at the pub, it is like
Haven't
the
won
best
one.
thing ever.
I suck.
Really?
I could buy 100 tickets and I still lose. I'd buy more and I still find a way to lose.
I remember my dad, we won one once, and he was like, how long's that been out of the fridge?
Man.